Alright everybody, this is just a quick overview on how to use the new e-signature service that I set us up with called RightSignature. So first, before you get started, make sure you read the form I made for how to set up a document before using this if it is a PDF with those form fields. If it's just something that's been scanned or a Word document, you don't need to worry about that. But to make your life a little easier when using this, make sure if it is one of those PDFs that you follow the steps in that form. Alright, so to begin, first you want to go to RightSignature.com and then click the Login button right up here. Now each department's set up with a different login with the email and password, so whichever one I've set you up with, just go ahead and enter that information in here. I'm going to use the one I have for myself. Once you're in here, this is showing you what documents have been out. So as you can see, I have a few test documents. Also, there's a sample one that they get you when you first start up. But as you start using this more and more, this is a good way to just kind of keep track of what's out there and what still needs to come back to you. To get a document set up, what you want to do is just click Send a Document up here. Once you click that, go ahead and choose the document that you need signed. Click the Browse button, and what I'm going to do is use an address update request form. This one is blank, but you can use this for anything that's been filled out or scanned, or even if it's just an application and you need one small section filled out and signed for a step. It can really be used for just about anything that you need to have a signature with. And you know, this one may be a little bit longer than some of you may use it for, but it gives you a good idea of the different functions it can use. So first things you want to do is make sure that that document is done uploading. Then you want to add the recipient's name. So I'm just going to send this to Michelle to test it. You have their name and their email address here. You can also add multiple signers by clicking this button, or add a CC. So let's say you're in agent support and you're trying to get a STIP sent out for an agent. You can actually CC that agent on this request for a signature, and they'll be in the loop for, you know, if the person's signed it or not, or once it is signed, they'll also get a copy of it sent directly to their email. For now, we'll just go ahead and leave that blank. And then this is just the description, the subject and the description that'll be in the email. So we'll just make this test address update, and here I'll just put, please fill out all these fields so we can update your account. Thank you, Andy. Make sure you have all this stuff set up, and before we move on, you can see here on the side you can actually make this expire in 2 days, 5 days, 14, and 30. It defaults at 30 unless there's a specific reason you want it to be shorter. I would just go ahead and leave it at that. And this right here is the signature locations and form fields. We're going to want to keep that on because that means we can highlight the areas where we want the person to sign and also what information that they need to fill out. Once that is all ready to go, just go ahead and press next step down here. Now you can see we can preview the document and start putting in the areas that we need to be filled out. Now, like I said, yours probably won't be blank like this one is. I just used a blank one to show you all the different tools that we can use, but you know, you will want to make sure that none of those PDF form fields are in here, like I mentioned earlier, because what will happen is all of these spaces will be auto filled, and if you already have an area filled out, it's going to try and put something over the top of it anyways, and you'll have to delete it. So just make sure you go ahead and either flatten it or scan it before you put it in here. Here are your tools over here. So going in order, this is the sign tool, so you can see that that's where they'll use their signature. This is the text tool, so you place this in areas that they need to just fill out, their name, social security number, address, any of that. This is the date. This is usually best for signatures. It makes it easy so that rather than typing in the date, they actually have a little calendar they can use. This is a checkbox. Use that for the check areas, and then initials. And this is good for not really STIPs because it's probably best to use a signature, but you can use this for the application on the first and second page where the merchant does need those initials. So to get started, we'll go ahead and just use this text tool here, and basically all you need to do is start highlighting and dragging and dropping the areas that you want done. And as you can see, it's going to say this is the person that needs to fill this out, is it required, and that's really it. If you have multiple signers, this is where you would choose another person. I've only have one, so that's why that's already set up. And you can just continue to keep filling these out or press save. Either one, doesn't really matter. Sometimes these things don't quite line up right, so you just want to make sure they move. And these red flags here say that it's required. So if it's required, the person's not going to be able to turn this in or move on until they fill out every space that needs to be filled out. And you can continue to just go throughout the entire document for this. Now that I have the form fields up here, you can see that there are checkboxes that we need done. Use the same thing, just make sure you drag it over the top. Now one thing you're going to want to make sure is that while you do want them to fill out these checkboxes, it can't really be required, because if they're only checking one, if you have the other one required, then they're not going to be able to move forward and you won't be able to get it right. So what you do when you want that to change is just simply click here, just double click to get this to come up, and then you can turn off the field as being required. Now you can see that those red flags aren't there, but it will still be available for them to check. Then you can continue just filling out all this information. Alright, now that we have all of these fields filled out that we want the merchant to go ahead and update, the last part is the signature and date. It works the same as everything else. Just go ahead and choose sign. And again, you always want to make sure that that is required. And same with the date. And once you have everything done, just go ahead and review it. Make sure that everything makes sense. And like I said before, you aren't always going to have to do this much to fill it out. Usually you'll be using this for just a few fields, but again, it does have the capability of handling all of this for you. So once you are ready to begin, we'll go ahead and click Send for signature. And that's it. So what will happen now is these are all the areas that the merchant will need to go ahead and fill out for us. We can see that all the red areas are required, and these grayed out areas are not required but should still be filled out. And what we'll do is very shortly I'll just show you what the signature looks like from the merchant's end, and then what you'll get in return. Alright, I just had the email come through here, so as you can see, it'll just say U.S. Merchant Systems is sending you this document, and all the person who is signing it will have to do is click this link down here. When they click that, as you can see, all those fields that we went ahead and filled out are there for them to fill. All they need to do is click there, add their name, and everything else that they need to fill out. Alright, and once all these are filled out, you can see this this required button follows them so that they know exactly what areas that they need to fill out. And then all they'll need to do is click where it says sign here. They'll get this pad. Now this will work on iPhone, iPad, you know, just the email, pretty much on everything, so it works really well. And they'll just go ahead and sign this. Once they're done, they just press preview signature. As you can see, it's right there. Add the date. And once everything's done, you can see now that I filled out everything, submit signature is now highlighted. Again, if they don't do that, if they don't fill out everything, they won't be able to press this button. And once they're done, all they need to do is press that. They will then get emailed a copy of this document. You'll get emailed a copy of the signed document as well. And it'll also be followed by a page that shows all the data that makes this a legally binding document. As you can see here, this is the email that says it was filled out. And here is our final document, our signatures, along with our signature certificate. And all you'll need to do is just go ahead and save that, and that will be it.